Welcome to the EEE360 video for lab number 7, ferromagnetic core characteristics. For this lab, we're using the following components. We're using the power supply, the transformer module, the AC voltmeters, the oscilloscope, the integrator circuit, as well as its power supply. Here's a close-up of the integrator circuit. There's the power supply, and here's the integrator circuit. The op-amp is located on the IC right there, and the rest of the components are laid out on the board. You can see the circuit diagram in your laboratory manual. And now the TA Muthu is ready to make the connections for us. First, we're going to connect the power supply into the primary side of our transformer. We're going to connect the neutral into one side of the 22 ohm resistor. We're going to connect the other side of the 22 ohm resistor back to the neutral on our power supply. And let's make the connections to our secondary on our transformer. We're going to make connections to our integrator circuit as detailed in your laboratory manual. We're also going to connect the other side of our transformer winding to the integrator circuit. So we're going to interconnect what we have our integrator circuit. We're going to connect that to the other side of the secondary of our transformer. And now that we have those connections made, we're just going to double check the voltages of our transformer. First, we're going to check the voltage of the primary side. We're also going to double check the voltage of our secondary side of our transformer. And now the TA Muthu will make the connections from the oscilloscope. First, we're going to check the voltage Vx as outlined in the wiring diagram in your laboratory manual. And lastly, we're going to connect the connections to measure Vy. And now we have all of our connections properly made. And now we're ready to energize our circuit. First, we're going to turn on the power supply to the op-amp, which is our integrator circuit. Now we're going to turn on our main AC power supply, and we're going to adjust for 25 volts. We can look here, that's going to be 25 volts on the secondary winding. Now that we have that voltage set, let's take a close look at all of our measurements. Here we can see that the voltage of our primary winding is about 105 volts, and the voltage of our secondary winding is approximately 24 volts. And here's a close-up of our oscilloscope measurements. We can notice the saturation on the ends. This is the BH curve. And now, students, it's your chance to do this experiment in your own virtual laboratory. Be sure to follow the laboratory manual.